Hi, I'm Doug Chicatano, the owner of TDS Media LLC. We're here at the great Penn Stater Hotel and Conference Center. We're providing streaming services for the Pennsylvania Workforce Development Association Symposium. It's a hybrid conference, half in person, half virtually, and we're providing all the streaming. We're deploying a number of BirdDog P200 PTZ cameras, as well as some BirdDog Minis. So for this conference, we're using a little bit of mix. So we have some traditional SDI, but we're also using a lot of NDI. And you know, the main reason for BirdDog and NDI is the ease of use. One single cable, right? So you just plug in that Ethernet cable to the back of that PTZ, you're given power over PoE, you're controlling that camera, and you're sending back the signal from that camera straight into our vMix system. You can't beat that. Not to mention, in a workshop room, you can have one operator, an operator running the vMix and an operator running a PTZ camera. So that saves on cost, it saves on setup for the client. BirdDog was an easy choice. I was at NAB one year, I looked at every PTZ camera on that floor. BirdDog had the best picture thanks to the Sony chip, and when you add in the fact that they are full NDI, it's a no-brainer. Still to this day, some 3 years after I bought my cameras, there's really no full NDI support out there in a camcorder or a PTZ. So BirdDog is the simple choice. One of the best features about BirdDog PTZs is the color matrix profiles, all the adjustments inside the user interface. Very simple to use the user interface, but yet you have a whole world of color adjustments, things that frankly I've never heard of, and I've been in the business for 25 plus years. I would recommend BirdDog to anyone. Great support, full NDI, the first full NDI. They are the leaders in this market. They're always innovating, they're always developing new products, and they're listening to their customers through their Facebook channel, through emails. They are adapting, they're adjusting, and they're giving us exactly what we need as professionals.
What's going on, everybody? Okay, so I'm fumbling about here. Hopefully this is all coming through. Let me check the audio on YouTube, which is, hey, where you can join us at birddogjohn.tv if you'd like to join the chat. Hey-o! All right, so the audio is in YouTube, so that's good news. All right, now over to our comments to see Balu has already joined the streams. Cheers, buddy. How's it going? All right, so here's a problem I'm having. Audio is on. Thank you, Frank. Thanks. Welcome back. Wow, we didn't scare you off the first time, huh? Well, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm having this issue with the Zen router that I use. It's not outputting NDI, which is weird. I tried to relaunch it. I tried to do whatever, but anyways, so I'm using, back it up. Okay, hang on. Sorry, everybody. So we can hear you on LinkedIn. Excellent. That's good news. What's going on? That's good. Thank you for letting me know that. Going all right. Can't complain. Good morning, all. What's going on, Brayton? And Balu going all right. So here's the thing is, so I use the webcam input because StreamYard needs a USB webcam input. And so NDI.TV has a webcam input where you can convert an NDI signal into a webcam, a pseudo webcam input. And then I bring that into StreamYard, which is great. It, however, packs up every now and then. Like it just kind of stops working and my face will freeze and you just got to restart it and it picks back up. Not too sure what that's all about, but not a huge deal. However, this morning I log in and I, in order to switch between sources, I use Zen router and then I use the router output to go to the webcam input, which then allows me to switch between NDI sources all over my network, which is great. So good news there. The problem is that if Zen router stops outputting NDI for some reason, then it doesn't work. So I have my P200 directly connected to the webcam input, so I know that's working, and that's what we're looking at here today. But the Zen router output is evidently not functioning, and I can show you because there's the router output A for this camera, and it's not doing anything. So then the next question is, I have Zen router launch in the startup apps of the computer, right? And I came in, the computer was already on, so I may not have rebooted the computer yesterday, which may be why that's what's going on. So are you running 5994 for your StreamYard? I'll have to look that. I'll have to look up. Actually, I can do that right now because I can find out what the P200 is running. Yeah, 5994. Phil, do you know if that has to be 60 or 30 in order to work right? I don't think I've changed the. I haven't changed the frame rate on this camera in a long time. So, you don't have a pod yet? No, I sure don't. Not yet. Which interpret that how you will. But yeah, no, I don't have a pod yet. All right. So, anyways, that Zen router output is clearly not working. And I just it freezes. Obviously, it's not outputting anything. So I have it as a part of the startup, and it just launches on the computer, and the computer's been open for a while, so perhaps there's an issue there. The problem I have with the NDI Zen router is it doesn't install in the start menu. And so I don't know where it's installed. I think it's in program files, but I could be wrong. So let me fish through here and see what I can come up with. The other piece of news is that, as promised on the title, we're going to do snacks on stream today. And so I could switch my cam over to my overhead. And then here are the noodles. This is one time spicy. So we've got the black packet of Buldak, and we are baptizing our new employee, whose name is also Christian. Tear along this line did not open the bag. He's Christian 2.0. He is also joining me in this participation of the one time spicy. I think it's one time spicy. I saw 2 bags out there, so I don't know exactly which one he's trying, but BirdDog Brayton is setting him up with a snack. So good time. So here again, I always feel like this looks like the black oil from X-Files. And feel free to insert your X-File reference now. But yeah, we'll mix that around and get that nice and evenly handled. Let me switch over. So I was using Zen router because it's a lot faster than switching the webcam input, and it drops it and everything like that, which is kind of annoying. But anyways, it has to be 30. The NDI web input has to be set for the web input has an issue with anything above 30 frames. Am I having issues? Or maybe the Zen router is what's having the issue. What I think is the problem is Zen router is not outputting NDI, or it's not outputting router A. So if I go back to, if I go back here and if I look at, desktop router A, this is not actually outputting anything. So I need to restart Zen router. So I'll close it here. And now I got to find it because I don't know where the default install location is. I'm assuming it's program files, but I could be wrong. Let's go down here to, nope, it's not there. Let's try program 86. Nope, not there. Why? Why isn't it installed where you naturally would think it is? It's just got to be difficult. Let's try Twitch files. Did I put it in here maybe? Oh, there's a copy of it in here. All right, let's try this. Okay, create router. Input P200 and overhead studio cam. And then let's turn this on. And then let's reconnect studio monitor to router A. Interesting. So Phil has said the NDI webcam input has an issue with anything above 30 frames. It sends all the frames, even if it's set to 1080p 30 as a Windows input on StreamYard. NetHab, give me an email. NetHab said, what kind of problem? I've been using NDI webcam input into Zoom every week at 5994. No, don't send him an email. Talk about it here, because I also want to know. Hey, how does that arrangement handle differences in frame size and rates? It seems to work just fine, but I need to probably test it. 5994 makes Zoom laggy. This is all very valuable information, and as a support guy, we're taking that all in. Now, today I'm using a spoon for snacks on stream for our bull deck, which could prove to be fatal because, I don't know about this. But anyways, so still haven't figured out. I think it's Zen NDI router. I think that's the issue that I'm having because it's not switching between the two. Go ahead and switch. And switch. Yeah, it's not actually routing NDI out, or maybe I need to connect it now after I've got the sources going. See this, does this work? Output 1. Have you tried? So I should have just reboot the computer before I started the show, but apparently did not do that. Hey, what's going on, Obsession Studios? With the same camera settings on 4 P100s, why would one of them look different? Are they all sitting side by side, or are they all around different locations in a room? It depends. I mean, it depends on a few things, but I'd be curious to know, do you have them all right next to each other? If you do, it could be, I mean, it could be anything from a baseboard error to everything's firmware is the same. You've confirmed all the baseboards are the same. I mean, there are such things as different manufacturing runs, and so potentially one lens could be of a different manufacturing run. All of them are side by side. I'd be curious then to test it against ones that I've got here, because we could test it against the standards that we have, like this one that's above me in the studio, and I've got another one that faces the road outside. All right, let's try this again. Overhead. Switch, switch, switch. All right, end this and reconnect to router A. Nothing. Something's up here. It's like Zen router has been like denied permission for some reason. That's a bummer. Let's see if any of this, it won't switch it. It won't output NDI. It shows that it is outputting it here. See, it shows that it's running, but there's no content. Define different. Color, sharpness, light sensitivity. The color is different. And you're sure that there hasn't been other programs like Cam Control, or like you're doing all these adjustments on the web UI at the base level. You're not using a secondary software to run it, or, what have you. Curious about this 1080p 30 conversation. I mean, I'm totally fine with changing my resolution here. It might jack things up for a second, but bear with me. Let's test this real quick on the P200 that I'm using. I mean, nothing else says potential for failure than screwing with the camera that you're currently using to stream to the internet. So if you'd like to follow along at home, NDI 5. This is the P200, and we're going to put in our super secret password. See how multicast 5994 NDI crashes out Zoom and the web input. Oh, so I have had occasional crashes so maybe that's my problem here. And maybe it's going to crash when I change it. So let's see what we do. We'll go here, change this down to 30, 50, 60. My eyes are not what they used to be. There we go. I only look at computer screens all day, every day for multiple hours a day. All right, there goes my video. And there I am back at what appears to be 30 frames. Are you on the latest? Not sure. Oh, there. Hey, there's a resolution change. Oh, wow. It's like cropped that a bit, eh? And it changed the coloration of the... changed the coloration. That sucks. Let's give it a second, see if it settles down. I look a little jaundiced in this shot. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, there we go. That's a little more understandable. And my monitor shows 1080p 30. I'm closer. It's definitely like zoomed in on me here. So we can back that off a bit. And nothing is still being output in the router, even if I switch them sources. Let's back this down because it appears that I have been brought in close. So let's do this. Oh, that's less than what it was. And just bring this. I felt like I was a little bit low in the show, too high. I was a little bit low in the shot. There we go. Okay, so let's go with that. And let's remove the second shot. Yes, and it's been a bug for years. Wow, you say that with such venom in your voice. I'm totally reading into that. So the web UI and PTZ keyboard using manual, one for white balance, all set up identical. Okay, turn the keyboard off and just use the web UI. Go to the OSD on each of the cameras and click factory reset on the P100, you said. Let's take a quick peek at the P100. Be sure that I'm doing this right. I believe it's under either picture or it's under system, but there's a factory reset button in there. Sometimes camera baseboards take precedence and the settings have been defaulted different there than on the web UI, and that can screw things up. Also, be sure that the dial switches and on this one, it's matrix switches. Make sure the matrix switches are all set to default on the bottom, and on the on the bottom, make sure that all the matrix switches are identical. Have you got the WeTransfer link? Are you referring to me? I thought you sent that to someone else. I thought you sent that to NetHab. You're sending it. Is this a file that I should be downloading? And if so, then I've got to jump over to YouTube because StreamYard doesn't allow me to click links. Just probably a safety measure, but get over to YouTube, look at the comments. Oh, wait. Are you on YouTube or Twitch? Twitch. Okay. Yoink. View Twitch. Hang on one second. Oh, it just dawned on me that I never sent out the invite for... Oh, interesting. Teams is also packed up. Maybe I've got an issue here. Greater than Zen router. All right, let's try this again. All right, and in the meantime, while Teams is loading, I'm gonna. So this is the one-time spicy. Really, actually looking forward to this now. I'm enjoying the pain, which is odd. Thanks a lot, Beep Chirp. You have converted me over. Yep, here it comes. It's good though. Painful but good. All right. Whew. It hits differently after a little bit of a hiatus. That's for sure. Balu. John, pull up my office for a shot of what Frank and I are eating. Ooh, will do. Let's add this over. And sounds like Brayton and Christian 2.0 are hanging out in Brayton's office. Let's take a look. Ooh, Bulldog. This is the black bean version. This one's delicious, by the way. A little bit hot, but not killer. And yeah, that's a worthy candidate of a lunch. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. Give me an update when you get a chance. Look at this. I cut these noodles before I boiled them, and apparently I didn't cut them small enough. That's going to burn the lips, that's for sure. Thumbs up. The Korean black bean. Excellent. Glad to hear that you guys approve. Thanks for the little sneak peek. Now get into it before they get cold. Mine are not warm in terms of temperature, but they are spicy. So good stuff. Well, I look a little red now. Better reset white balance again. The Korean black bean. Okay, let me get over to Twitch and see this WeTransfer link. I do not suggest anybody else click on the WeTransfer link because that's not a good practice. Just click on links that appear in chat windows, but I know this guy, so. We've had dealings in the past. Actually, that WeTransfer link isn't opening for me. Uh-oh. Am I offline? Oh, man, that 30 frames looks choppy. And I also feel like that looks poor quality on Twitch. I don't like that at all. Bummer. I'll click on this WeTransfer again. Looks better in StreamYard, but you can't watch that feed. I did it. It took too long to load, so I gave up. Yeah, it's not loading for me either, unfortunately. Not too sure what the story is there. Other people are having success. Who was it? Matthias says, look a little red now. Better. Oh, my video looks a little red. Gotcha. Yeah. I don't think it's the white balance. It might be the spicy ramen. Who knows? Who knows? Oh man. That's good stuff, but it has a kick, that's for sure. All right, I'm going to check out this router again. Actually, okay, Teams did load eventually. So, ooh, I'm a little dizzy there. Maybe I shouldn't eat this spicy ramen on an empty stomach. Hey, the router's working. What? The router is working? It is working. What on earth? All right. Oh, good golly. All right, so just a little spicy here, everybody. Breathing a little heavy. And boom. What's going on? Why won't it take? It's showing in Studio Monitor now, so I'm not too sure why. It's working in Studio Monitor. Now, oh, you know why? I know why. No, I don't. Why do I not know why? Hold the phone. So Studio... Hey, is that working? It is working. Let's switch it. Yay! It works again. That's awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, you're right. My picture is a little red. I can breathe fire now. I emailed you the link. Okay. Frank, Enter the Dragon. But can you crouch like a tiger? Well, we're way off topic now. Or the chicken. Good stuff. Okay, so somehow through some sort of pseudo magic, I was able to fix the Zen router. It's the IT guy's infamous ability to fix things by trial and error and just going up. So I'm not too sure what I did there, but thankfully we are up and running again. So I'm going to close these items down. Man, my lips are on fire right now. Okay. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the way this looks on Twitch. I want to look and see what the frame rate looks. It looks better on YouTube, in my humble opinion. It's a little weird. I wonder if StreamYard. I should look at the StreamYard levels because it can do 1080p, but I think that might be the next paid tier, so I'm not 100% sure. StreamYard pricing with StreamYard, because I'd like to stream in 1080. I can. So the current plan that I have, full HD 1080p is almost twice the price as the one that I have now. That's a bummer. Is that the one I have? Multi-stream. Oh, multi-stream to 8 destinations. Yeah, that's definitely not the one that I have. So maybe we'll go down that road one day. But yeah, there you go. Here's an iCloud link. Also sketch, but I'll get there in a second. I need to light my mouth on fire one more time before I do that. So my new guy, Christian, and BirdDog Brayton are they're sharing a half pack of the black bean spicy Korean. And I am eating a full pack, full power of the one-time spicy. So there you go, folks. I am actually eating it. I have my hot coffee, which does nothing to help with the burn, as one would assume. I can confirm that is the case. Brayton says it's hot, and we only did half the spice. Yeah, so you guys pour the packet in, or you do half the spice and then divide it among you. What did you do? Some of us just ate breakfast. I'm fixing Ubiquity stuff and setting up an on-site gateway. Fun stuff. Yeah, those are. We should. Well, anyways, we won't get into that. But Christian is out here dying. Oh dear. I'm trying to make sure to control on-site work on chaos and be permanently independent of DHCP issues. Well, Ubiquity does a pretty good job of DHCP management. Once you get the gateway functioning, I've always found though that the boot up sequence and customer experience of getting a gateway online is really weird. Like it doesn't just you don't just plug it into it and go to an IP address and then you can customize it and get it to function. You have to go through the WAN port and pretend like you're an outside network, and it's really weird. Maybe they've changed it in recent years, but even adopting a gateway is very strange. So not a fan of the Ubiquity setup, but once you get it up and running, once you figure it out and a lot of trial and error, a lot of factory resetting, then it's all good. We made one bowl. We used half the sauce and then threw away the rest, then split it. So you're doing quarter power. Each of you are doing quarter power on the black bean, which I think it's spicy, but it's not the killer that some of these other ones are. I mean, if we go back and look at the 2-time spicy that I did 3 months ago, it knocks me out, man. So the black pack Scovilles are over 4,000. The black bean is 1920. So that is, oh, whoops. Made a mess of my keyboard here. So that's half power of mine, and then you're doing half power of that, and then you're dividing it between the two of you. So yeah, and the 2 times is 10,000 Scovilles, which it is a experience. You see things, you speak in tongues, you do all sorts of things. It's crazy. So to me, it's still half spice. We're just technically eating a quarter of the pack. Okay, so let's go with that. You're eating 1,000 Scovilles, roughly, which is half of a jalapeno, by the way. So don't eat jalapenos, I guess. This is good, though. I mean, it's spicy, but it's really good. And wow, that's a lot of sauce left on my lips. Yikes. That's why they're on fire. Interesting discovery that I made. So I have pickled jalapenos at home because I grew them last year or 2 years ago. Pickled them, jarred them, so they have a really long shelf life, like 6 years or something like that. And then I've been eating them over time. Well, over time, they've become very sweet because the pickling process eliminated much of the spiciness. Well, we went cruising last week. We went to Alaska with my family. So my 2 young kids, 8 and 4, and then that's their ages, not their names, and my wife. And they had a taco station where you can make like a taco salad or a burrito or a taco, traditional taco. So I made a couple of tacos and put fresh raw jalapenos on them. And I was like, this is going to be so good. And it was the first jalapeno that I've had in like 2 years that's been actually spicy. It was probably like 1,500 Scovilles. It wasn't this hot, but it was probably like 1,500 Scovilles. And as I ate it, I was like, boom, yep, there it is. Well, when we got home from our cruise, we went out to our garden, which had been unattended for a week. Dude, I have jalapenos that will be ready for tomorrow, which I'm really excited about because I'm going camping this weekend and I'm going to take them with me. And so super excited. Can't wait to try those. My own jalapenos out of my garden. They've been unattended for almost 2 weeks. And now we're very excited about that. So, yep, correct. It's on the WAN setup. I spent that time yesterday. That deserves some. You get some accreditation for that because that is an experience and a frustrating one at best. Now I'm resetting the fly pack to be on a private network. Cool. It is no trouble to push the set IPs for the BirdDog P200s as 10xxx. Well, let's do 22255. Do a single subnet. But yeah, once you get the Unify stuff set up, depending on the switches you have, I really hope they're Gen 1s, but anyways, depending on the switches you have, let the DHCP handle the IP addresses, and then you can do fixed IP inside the Unify web UI, and then the cameras can stay in DHCP mode, but they'll always get the same ones because the gateway will always deliver the same IP addresses. So that's my recommendation there. Unify actually does a pretty simplified job of setting the reserved IP addresses in the DHCP. It's a Gen 1, as mentioned. Oh, very good. Good for you. Then I'm okay with this. How many NDI sources? That's the next question. There is a limit, but a handful, you'd be all right. So back to this, though. Yeah, I would do a 22255 single subnet, 256 addresses, VLAN it off if you need to keep it, and then you could prioritize that VLAN. I don't know if you can prioritize VLANs on Unify, but obviously that's the desire, is you would have them as the most important, so those packets get priority on the processing side in the hardware. Are any betas coming out soon? Always. I think the answer there is always. Thank you. Yes, set reservations. That's what I was looking for. I think the answer is always with BirdDog. We're always working on a beta, but ones that I can tangibly talk about. There's a beta for Open Gear. If you have a pre-production release Open Gear card, you want 104, and you're currently on 103, which is what the factory puts on it. I have 104. Feel free to reach out to me. You can grab that. There is a beta for Flex In and I believe Backpack. It's 189, and it fixes a couple of audio issues, but it doesn't fix a couple of audio issues. So it's an incremental update. It's not something that I would necessarily race to get. Wait for the actual release of the beta on the group, because 189 still has an audio. If you're looking for an analog in audio integration to the NDI stream, still not working right. We confirmed that yesterday. So, but beyond that, no, nothing that I can think of that's currently that's like, oh, you need to get this. It's the bee's knees or the cat's cheese or whatever you want to call it. Jalapeno vary in heat quite a bit. I would agree. And depending on when you pick them, I find they're hotter when they're younger. If you pick them in their early stages, they're like full of heat. But if you pick them later on, and especially when they go red, then they get quite mild and sweet compared to their earlier stages. But perhaps they're different in your neck of the woods, Michael. Hey, how's it going, man? It's good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. I think the Bulldog noodles are better than Murachan. Oh, them's fighting words. No, I'm kidding. You're probably right. Bulldog noodles are quite good. I have still yet to detect any hint of chicken. Every pack says chicken flavor, and it is not chicken flavor. It is fire flavor. That is what I suspect. The 48 is the VMix rack, which will be next. Cool. That's fun. That one has 2 VLANs. Nice. I find them hotter when they're younger. Yeah, please don't quote me. I find them, being jalapenos, hotter when they're younger. But that sentence should not, and please not, be taken out of any context. Did we just find the title for this stream? Yeah, I will definitely get removed from YouTube if I make that the title. Thanks, NetHab. Always looking out for me, man. So if you want to see what NDI web input and Zoom, then look at the link that I sent. Will do. I mean the noodle quality. Agreed. The quality of the noodle. Zoom is just useless. Whoa. I didn't say that. NetHab or Phil said that. Yeah, not NetHab, Phil. So I'll say it has its frustrating limitations, but I also know some of the Zoom guys that are developing it, and I'm pretty confident in who they have at that company. So good things are on the horizon for Zoom. I think we can be optimistic about their future, because I think the pandemic turned up the heat. I should eat more. Speaking of heat, turned up the heat on Zoom to be better, and I think they, in many ways, were. So, for example, they certainly did away with Skype. Our new guy in the office, he was like, "Wow, the literature from the marketing team is kind of saucy on Skype, because it says you can even bring the P110 video source into Skype as a webcam if that's still your thing." I was like, yeah, that's marketing. They don't mean anything by it, but I think they're saying if you still use Skype, you can use their stuff on Skype too. But yes, I think Zoom is way out ahead in terms of that. Me personally, I like StreamYard. StreamYard is fun for interviews and for live streaming and stuff. I'm really enjoying my StreamYard experience, and I've actually suggested it to multiple people since I've started using it, because I find it useful, and also I love the fact that you can bring in chats. It's a lot better than Teams. Teams. Yeah, I have a love-hate with Teams right now. And like a year ago, there was this huge push. We got to get away from Google and we got to get onto Microsoft Teams, because that's what that's what's expected, or it's so much better, or there are all these tools that are so much more innovative, whatever. And like, yeah, there are more tools than Google, but gosh, it is so Windowsy. Is that the proper term? Windowsy? You know what I mean though, right? Like it's like if you so I'm the administrator for our team stuff, and one of the administrators, and good golly, it is painful. It is painful the way that the administration console is set up for managing your domain. Ugh, it is brutal. And I like got into it. I started really like diving deep and like doing a lot of um like discovery and research, and how do we do this? And I want to do this right. I don't want to be frustrating for my users, and on and on. And good golly, it's like, oh, you want to enable this permission for this group? Well, you have to go over to the classic view of the Exchange server and go into this tab that's under these three windows and click this checkbox. But then that just enables the secondary function, but the secondary function has to be enabled before you can enable the primary function, because if you enable the primary function before you enable the secondary function, then the secondary function becomes unavailable and you're not able to do it. I was like, good golly, man. Shouldn't the group functions be under the group tab in the group section of the admin form? Like, anyway, so clunky. This is a great word. Clunky is a great word because it means so much, and it's summarized in less than six letters. So Frank thinks hit the nail on the head. That's for sure. One of our office hour regulars now works for Zoom. Nice. Maybe he's one of those exceptional people that I've worked with. Zoom is the best of all the web platforms. All right, them's fighting words. Zen Router is an underrated tool. Very nice. I agree. It's like it's one of those unsung things about NDI, like Discovery Server. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole today, but DS is one of those unsung heroes in the NDI world, and Zen Router is also one of those free tools that it's like, wait, this is like all free? I can do all this? I can have a grid of like this enormous software NDI grid and it costs me nothing? Yes. Yes, you can. Oh. I just realized something. Oh, interesting. The title, NDI and Spicy Ramen. Let's go. What did I name it today? NDI and Snacks on Stream. NDI and Snacks on Stream. Let's go. Next time, next ramen. That's what I'm doing. Wait. Oh. Oh, nice. It updated it for us. Fantastic. The stream title has been now updated to nice. Thank you. I agree with this assessment, by the way. And now you've set off a chain reaction of thoughts in my brain about the way that I could make a production that I've been working with better. Oh, maybe I can't. It's a Mac environment. Shoot. Zen Router is PC based only, right? Let me just pull up. It's actually an older firmware. He hasn't done an update on it in a while, which I totally understand. It's not like a cash cow. It's a free tool. But Zen Computer Services software, yeah, it's just a Windows-based program. No, if you guys don't know, you need to check out zenvideo.co.uk. Here's the link in the chat. That's where Zen Router comes from, and he's got several free tools, including a third-party studio monitor, which is actually pretty consistent. It's not bad. So yeah, if you're looking for that, then there's an alternative to Studio Monitor. If you'd like to test things on a third-party site, then there you go. Martin is a really sweet guy. You know, I haven't met Martin, but I think I've had email interactions with him. I need to get over to Europe because I'd probably run into him. But I don't know when that will be. You know, when the noodles go cold, this is actually quite bearable. Or perhaps I no longer can feel my face. Sorry about that, everybody. Yes. Gosh, that is some good noodles. I have been definitely converted. There's the evidence, folks. The bowl is empty. Rejoice, my brothers, for the bowl is empty. That's got to be blasphemous on some level. He's based in Manchester, like me. There you go. I think I knew that you were over there. Apologies, though. I meet a lot of people, and I talk to a lot of people. So if I don't have your location ironed out, please excuse my ineptitude. And here comes the sinus clearing. Oh, all right. That's good stuff, though. Whew, yeah, there's the burn, the back of the throat. Okay, so, yay, I'm so happy that Zen Router is up. If you'd like to take a quick peek at what's going on in Auburn Hills, what the weather's like, here we go. This is our beautiful parking lot. This is actually shown on a P400, and I haven't done anything with the coloration, so the exposure's all pretty wide, but it's a nice overcast day. The temperature is not too bad. It is going up to 82 degrees. It's currently 77 out here. Whoops. As you can see, 2 days ago, they washed our windows. And what is that? Anyways, and by washed our windows, I mean they power washed them with a power washer and didn't use soap. So anyways, oh, hey, hidden feature about Zen Router. So right now I'm watching the router output on my screen here. So here is the Zen Router in both windows, okay, that you're looking at. But check this out. Studio Monitor, Zen Router passes the metadata for the camera. So we switch back to the P400. Look at this. We can move the camera from the Zen Router output. So this is Zen Router output A, right? Desktop, router A. And inside Zen Router, we've got, this is Zen Router just in action. So A is on the P400 camera. And if we switch it, then it goes back to me. There is a delay, but it's free, people. So like, calm down. So we switch it to Zen Router, switches over to P400. And now I've got the metadata control in Studio Monitor on the P400. And I can do the same if I switch over to another camera. Let's do the overhead. Switch to the overhead camera. Look, now I've got control of this one. That's sweet. That's really great programming. I'm super impressed with that. I'm super impressed with that. Well done, Martin. Well done. Zen Router, if Zen Router was a Docker, it would be amazing. We'll be hitting 96 today. And that's cooler than where are you? You must be over in Texas or something, aren't you? Michael, where are you hailing from? What are gas prices today? Great question. NetHab, they've been coming down in the past week, and I'm super thankful because I'm headed out of town. Oh, this camera, we can't see the gas station here. So let's switch over to the other camera that's watching Auburn Hills. And this is the P100. And I think there's a pole right in the way of the gas prices. So this is a P100 10 times optical. And it's struggling to figure out where to land on. There it goes. Gas prices are $39.9 right now, so just under, or $3.99, so just under $4 here, and that is an exceptional price for Michigan. In Texas, where gas has been at $3.69. That's amazing. I would drive down there to buy gas, but that seems counterintuitive. Yikes. So there's your shot of Auburn Road. Anyway, good stuff. I'm super happy with this Zen router. I mean, other than it freaks out every now and then and quits, or is like there's like a riddle that sometimes it doesn't work when you first start your stream. But yeah, I just passed through Vegas on Sunday and saw that it was like $5 still. And California, if you missed Tuesday's show, I had Ian, BirdDog Ian, on the show briefly, and he was in. He was coming from California, but he was in Atlanta, and he said people in Atlanta were complaining about the $4 price, and he was like, "Come back with me to California, where it's like $7 still." So, I paid $4.69 at Sam's Club in Vegas yesterday. Well done. That's a good find. You didn't call. No, I didn't call because I was sitting in the airport terminal with about 1 million people in Terminal A. Terminal A, the letter A, not the Canadian terminal. I know what you're about to say. Sitting in Terminal A with my wife and managing an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old on a 2-hour layover. I definitely didn't call you. Let's just say I didn't call. So you mean $6.39? Yikes. Where are you paying $6.39? Zen router is a nice answer to NDI based iMac. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. Oh man. Yes. Michael, you're right. Callie, I'm so sorry for your loss in money. NetHab. No, it's 1, 2, and 3. A? Oh, okay. Well, okay. So what was the other? So we flew out of Seattle. So maybe that's where it was. Because it was, oh yeah, that's Seattle. So, oh wait. I thought it was A10. Yeah. The gate at the Vegas terminal was we flew out of gate A15 was our gate coming here out of Vegas. So if they name the gates A, but the terminals are numbered, that's weird. I did this for a conference. Hey, thanks for not calling. Wow. Again, more venom. I'm just getting it today on the show. I'm really sorry for not calling. I'm also pretty sure I don't have your number. But anyways, regardless, no, I had little kids and we were on a 2-hour layover, and it was everything we could do to keep my son from licking surfaces in the terminal, which is as disgusting as you think it is. Those are gates. The terminals are numbered. Okay. Well, then my bad. I thought the terminals would coincide with the letters on the gate because everything in that terminal was A that I could see. So let's find out. Vegas Airport Terminal. I'll tell you. I know which terminal we were in if I could just see it on an airport. Yoink. Or see it on a map. Harry Reid. Vegas. Here we go. Not Terminal 1. Whew. My tongue is still burning. Huh. Okay, so A15 is in Terminal. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. This one. What's the number? Yeah, this one right here. So we sat next to gate A10, and A15 is down this alley, right next to the B lounge. And the terminal number, Bueller. Come on, Google Maps, you're better than this. Ugh. All right, I'm just gonna have to share this, and you can tell me what it is, because apparently my eyes fail me. So yoink. So here, this terminal right, Chiang. We sat right here, and we went out this gate on a Spirit flight. And boy, let me tell you, it is a spiritual journey to travel with Spirit Airlines. That is for sure. Especially with young children. That is the special extra added adventure that was a part of our our great adventure to the West Coast and then through Alaska. Two became one. One became two. It was like a it's like a Spice Girls song. When they dissolved, one is regional, most national is out of three. So this is Terminal 3 then, perhaps? This one right here? Because Terminal 1 is like up here or something. But anyways, it's this one that we were out of right here. Just look for Spirit Terminal. Oops. That's the one. Floor 1 terminal. You mean Spirit Airlines? Whatever. It's this one. I find it hard to believe that there's no like number that says like this is what the terminal is. What are these numbers? Who knows? Anyway, that's where we were. All right. Hey, what's up, Bird Dog John? Hey, Jeremy. Welcome back, man. You've been here quite often. I appreciate that. What's the discussion today? Well, we had some more ramen. We had a nice experience with that. And then we finished that bowl, and my mouth has been settling down. And we talked about airlines. We've talked about some NDI. We talked about Zen Router. That's really been the NDI conversation today. Zen Router, because I was having issues with it at first, and now that it's working, I'm using it again. And we're talking about how great of a free tool that is. So no worries. I got the USD on a private now. Switching the routers. We'll get to prepping the bird dog later today, hopefully. First show is web stream control room only. Good luck. When is the first show? Always like to leave some buffer room. Like if you're setting this up for a show this evening, that's always that's kind of like flying Spirit, which Jeremy suggests never do that with family or necessary travel. It was a little nerve-wracking. We were definitely biting our nails at times. And the reason why I had to do it was because it cut our travel costs in half. And we're talking thousands, not hundreds. So there was no way else to do it. So, okay, yeah, that's Terminal 3. Spirit Stick. Nope, it's Terminal 1. Okay, good to know. Good to know that it's Terminal 1. 7-6 in an hour. Wait, what? 8-6. 8-6. Okay, phew. That's a little more time to make sure that your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Yes, Zen router is awesome. See, that's been the yeah, for those of you who don't know about Zen router, I'm gonna dump it in here again, a little free promotion for our friend Martin. He's created this tool that basically is a switch, like a video switcher, and it's free. And so it does take a hot second to switch. So you'll notice that I freeze when it switches. But when it goes to this one, then it's live. So it's nice. If you're doing PowerPoint slides, it wouldn't matter if you're switching from that to live screen. And you could use it for NDI to iMag, which would be really nice. So runs on a PC, Windows computer, and you can configure it multiple ways, which I'm really impressed with. And you can customize the output name as well. So yeah, you can make it easy for volunteers or what have you. So I may have missed it, but did you ever do no, I haven't. A taste test. You didn't miss it because I didn't get it. It's not that I didn't get it, it's that I didn't order it. So let's arrange that right now. Now, you should be made aware on Tuesday I won't be with you. I will no longer be with you on Tuesday. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, I'm headed up to be a part of a camping trip that is in the middle of the Northern Ontario Boreal Forest, and it's mostly done over the long weekend in Canada, which is on Monday. But I will be out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I will be back in the States on Thursday, and I plan to do a show from home. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But on Thursday, I will rejoin you again. So we'll just miss one show. I might beg Clay to try again. He did a great job a week ago, but we'll see. We'll see what he thinks, and I might try and see if we can get people to join him on there, because it's a lot easier when there's more than one person chatting on the stream, as you witnessed on Tuesday. So it's not everybody's bag to sit here and answer NDI questions all alone and have no background sound and it just be a void. But this show has evolved over the years, and I really like the way that it's going and where it's going. And if you disagree, then you're welcome to have that opinion. It's just the wrong one. So I set up Companion on my Stream Deck for Zen Router. Nice. Ooh, that's a good idea. I could play with that. Maybe we should do a show on that, because I have my Stream Deck here. I actually have my personal Stream Deck here, and then I have a 6-button one that I use for trade shows. So good stuff there. Since it's label switching, it uses very little CPU. Label switching. I believe you. It does use very little CPU. I really like it. Yeah, I really like it. So I wish it worked with multicast. Hey, Phil just switched to YouTube. Yeah, multicast. So Zen Router doesn't work with multicast. Is that what you're saying? That's good to know. I haven't tested it with multicast, so it doesn't actually handle the media. Yeah, it just is like a redirect, right? Which is cool. I mean, whatever. It's great. If you have the NDI sources and you're doing NDI on iMag, Michael says that it is a suitable free solution. Like all free things, they're free. So you need to take that into account before you complain. Hey, BirdDog just needs to get you a Starlink RV setup, and you can do the streams from the forest. You know what? The first person to get the Starlink setup would be Eamon, because that's he's a big Elon Musk fan. But I mean, he drives a Tesla, and he posts about the company and all that sort of thing. But yeah, that'd be fun. I could do a show from up there, although 11 o'clock on Tuesday, it might be raining on 11 o'clock on Tuesday. That's our last day in. We actually drive out on Wednesday. So I'll drive all day Wednesday. I'll be completely destroyed, and I'll probably wake up to do the show. So here's hoping. I'll announce something on social media channels if it's not going to happen on Thursday, but we'll see. Bird Dog from the play at Burning Man. Oh. Alrighty. I'm just going to let that go. I'm assuming people know what Michael's talking about. All right, let me see this La Combre. La Combre coffee. All right, so this is a can of coffee, right? I'm not buying the coffee grounds, Jeremy. Shoot, I was over at the local department store the other day and didn't think to check for this. I might be out again today. Let's see. Sorry, let me just respond to that. That was my wife. All right, so let's take a quick look here. Jeremy's going to be right back. Okay, so I'll ask that question again in a second. I believe that it was the can of this coffee that I need to try. So I'll get it ordered. Is there any way that I could order like a 4-pack? I don't need 12. Oh, here we go. 4-pack. All right. Has anybody had this? Has anybody had this? And what should I expect to pay for it? Right now, I could get a 4-pack. Oh, no, I couldn't. I get a 4-pack for $20. That seems steep. What is this one? Let's see. Maybe I should buy this for my trip. Always dangerous purchasing. Oh, it definitely shows that it's at the local store. Maybe I should try and pop out and get this, and then I can have it here. I have a friend who does Burning Man in an RV, and this year with Starlink. That's awesome. How did it work? Did he ever give you a report back as to how it functioned and turned out? I'd be very curious to know. I know that obviously Starlink is making some noise around the world because it's bringing unfiltered internet to places that have filtered internet, and governments are not too thrilled about that. They're doing what they can. Like I suspect it will drop the scales from North Korea if it ever gets in there. And I know that they'll never allow it, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've watched a couple of interviews from people who have left North Korea at the expense of their family, unfortunately. And they talk about just things they don't know, like they never knew or were never taught or whatever. And it's very fascinating to listen to someone who's basically come from a different world, an isolated world that's right here on our planet. So it's crazy to like not know about world events, but that's just me being a spoiled first world, news junkie. But anyways, if you listen to those conversations, it's pretty startling. And I suspect Starlink and other companies will soon be sending unregulated internet around. And in particular, I'm interested about the North Korea stuff, but also the also like China stuff too, because that's heavily regulated. So I just got a package from BirdDog. You did? You got a package of a BirdDog, or somebody from BirdDog sent you a package? I don't know of any of my guys sending stuff out, but I've been gone for a week, so who knows? Well, I was gone for a week ago, but yeah, who knows? Curious. What's in the package? You'll have to share that with us. Good stuff. All right. So, Jeremy, the question was, what should I be expecting to pay for the Lacombe mocha latte or coffee in a can? What do you think is a reasonable price per can? Oh, Eamon sent me a hat. Nice. New design. Love it. Yeah, those are pretty nice. That's good. I'm glad he sent you a hat. That's they're similar to this style hat that I wear, but they have the embroidered bird dog on it, right? Is that the one you got? That's the one I know about. All right. Well, it says here at Walmart these mocha lattes run roughly $3. So that's what I will look to try and spend. If I order it on like Amazon, they want like $25 for 4. That seems a little. Coffee should be $6 to $8. Okay. Well, that's different. Here it says $2.68. Now there's a $6 delivery charge if I order it online, but let's check availability nearby. Not available at any stores. Okay then. Let's look for brand, show more here, and then show shop my store. That's not my store. It is. Really? That's not my store. There we go. This is the one. Save. Okay. Shop my store. Boom. Wait. That's not my store. Dang it. There we go. Okay. So this coffee does not appear to be in store at my local Walmart. However, yep, Comfy Flex Fit. That's what I've got. Walmart. Wow, that's sweet. Meyer should have it. Yeah, so let's see here. Let's change the shopping location. This is my store. Heyo. In stock, $3 a can. Okay, so now the question is, which ones do I get? This is what I carry on show travel. Freeze-dried espresso powder at Smith's and online. It's the something espresso instant coffee. Really? Okay, new tab. Where do you get it online? Oh, interesting. It's like a little glass. It's like old school, little glass jar. Oh, it's so cute. Would you look at that? What store do you buy it from? And where do you get it online? Amazon or somewhere else? So currently not available at a Meyer, but the only local store I've got. Baking powder. That's not what I typed in. Just because I said powder? Very limited selection at Walmart, which should be expected. Amazon. Okay, good to know. Okay. Well, so yeah, that's this little guy is so fancy. I wonder could they deliver it to me in Northern Ontario? Butternut instant espresso coffee? What is that? That doesn't sound good at all. Butternut. Gross. So what's the difference between espresso and espresso? Because they definitely differentiate between the two. Coffee connoisseurs, assist. What is the difference between espresso and espresso? A typo? Is that all it is? But even creates a foam. Ooh, it's like an espresso when you make it. Smith's and Southwest. That's a shame. I'm not in the Southwest, but I would be definitely willing to try this. Because here's what we need. We need Bird Dog John on more coffee, right? That's what we all want to see. We all want to encourage John to drink more coffee. So there's that. There's that. Well, folks, it is 12:19, and there are things to do today before I head out of the country. The difference here is I won't be completely cut off like I was in Alaska. We were literally on a ship in the middle of the ocean. Well, not middle of the ocean, but running the coast in the ocean. And so I only had my ability to check in with guys several hours after the fact because we were docking at the pier, but then I was only checking my phone in the evenings, and then evening on the West Coast is obviously nighttime here in the East. So that was a challenge, to say the least. But this time I'm staying in the same time zone. I'm just going north. No idea what my phone service will be. However, I will have phone service. So if my guys need to get in touch with me and there's some sort of burning emergency, no big deal. We can make that happen. And I can be contacted a little bit quicker than I was last time. But I never saw this tab error. Don't call. What's Canada's custom fee? Really? Oh, is it imported from Canada? Let's click on this one. So this one shows here 16 left. It would arrive on the 1st, which unfortunately I am. Well, what's their custom fee? For anything under $200, it's you're good. I think that's what the rule is. Although they've been changing all sorts of things over there, so I don't know anymore. I just know that I don't have to have a negative PCR test anymore to cross the border. I just have to show my status. So my government issued status. We're not going to go down that road. But anyways, thankfully it's relaxing a little bit. So yeah, I would love to give this a try. I'm going to add it to my list so that I don't forget it. And then I'm also, I am going to try and get over to the Great Mire and give this, and get some of these. Maybe I'll try them on my trip, and then I can come back and give my assessment next week on Thursday or the next week, depending on how things play out. So, yeah, let me give that a try. I'm sorry I've put it off this long, but it looks to be cheapest to buy it locally and not online. So let's do that. The question, Jeremy, if you're still around for the extra 2 minutes, what flavor should I be going for here? There's vanilla latte, mocha latte, original latte. The caramel latte is out of stock, it looks like. And then there's triple latte. So just one of each, just look like I have a problem and buy them all. Or yeah, maybe I should just do a taste test of all of them. Why not? So it has nitro as well. I just like mocha. I like mocha as well. I would do the caramel latte because, okay, fine. But mocha, I don't think I'll try the vanilla just because not a vanilla fan. And but the original, maybe I should try the original first to set a baseline, then try the mocha, and then try the triple draft, and wait for the caramel to come in stock. So that will be the plan. It has nitro in it, so it's going to be creamy. Stay away from the oat milk ones. Yeah, that didn't sound very good to me. I think I'll pass. There's also Starbucks Nitro cold brews. Has anybody had those? Anybody want to chime in on that one? Oh, and what about the cold brew Brazilian medium roast by La Colombe? There's another can. That one's in stock. So it says that it's available at my local store. So I'm going to check that out. It's not the best. All right. Well, I will. I'll give the regular ones a go, and if it turns out to be a waste of $15, then that's what it is. But maybe I'll really like it and find my new thing, and get hooked on something else that I probably can't afford or don't need to be hooked on. So, thanks for that. I will say that I'm driving probably for 12 hours tomorrow, starting at about 1:30 in the morning, and I've tried the Starbucks. I like okay, so you like the other ones better. Got it. Oat milk is the best milk of all for all forms of coffee. Knowledge is never a waste. See, this is like right before we end the show, Balu, like, there's your little Confucius nugget. Oat milk is the best. Interesting. I actually don't think I've had oat milk. I don't know if you can get milk from oats. Can you? It's kind of like almond milk. I mean, I drink it, but how do they do it? Just anyway. More on that later. Maybe we'll discover that too. All right, I'm off. I'm off to do a whole bunch of things and try and button up things at work and all these extra things that are going on in my life before I leave the country. Feel free, as always, if you have a question that is not within an acceptable time frame for the Twitch show, please email the help desk. This is the number one way we can help you get support. My guys are excellent. Work with them, explain what's going on. They'll try and help you find out the answer. They will tell you if there isn't an answer. They will tell you if it's a new bug and they'll have to register it with the engineers. They'll tell you if there's a simple fix. But if you don't open a ticket, we can't help you. There are lots of different ways of doing support. We've been having this conversation recently, but we have a well-oiled machine when it comes to tickets and us getting back to folks. And when you submit one, we will see it. We've got guys that look at tickets, and so they will route them to the correct agents and make sure that you get addressed in a reasonable amount of time. Please reach out to us at help@birddog.tv and we can give you a hand. In the meantime, I will be back on Thursday. I do not know what the show status will be on Tuesday, so you might be surprised or you might be disappointed. But who knows? If Clay or someone can do it, we'll have them run the show and you can help them out and heckle them or join them or chat with them or whatever. It would be great to do that. It's soaked in water. This is oat milk, and then squeeze the life out of it. So it's like essence of oat. Yeah, it's so funny because when we went to Alaska, we didn't call it a vacation. We called it an adventure because we were going with two little kids and it was a lot of work. Well, this next trip is also going to be a lot of work. It's driving for a total of a whole day, basically 24 hours, 12 up and 12 back. But then it's all like it's a lot of heavy lifting and canoeing and setup, and then it's like rugged camping and all the things that Senseless hates. Stream Villain. Stream Villain is not a fan of what it is that I'm about to partake in. I enjoy it. It is kind of like a life-giving activity for me, but it's not for everybody, and I get that. So we'll go from there. But anyways, yes, I guess I'll call it a vacation. By about Sunday, I start to relax. I'm just a little bit nervous because I still haven't recovered from the jet lag from Alaska, and I've been waking up kind of late, and that's not good. And then I've got things to do in the mornings before I get to work, and so that's not good. So an adventure vacay. I Before the years where my son is old enough to come with me, so it's a men's camp. Before the years that my son is able to go with me, yes, I consider this an adventure vacation where about Sunday I can actually sit and relax. I am the director of the camp. I'm one of the directors, but I've delegated a lot of the like jobs to individuals so they're manageable per person, I hope. We revisit that every year and whatever, but there are a lot of hands that make light work, and that puts camp together. So at this stage, everything's pretty much done. And now it's a matter of hauling up there, making sure that my truck doesn't die along the way, going way back in the bush, and then camping out there for a couple of days. And then we come out on Wednesday. I'll be back in the States on Thursday. I drive all day Wednesday, be back in the States on Thursday, back in the office on Friday, and I'll be online on Thursday as well to try and handle anything that's happening inside the BirdDog NDI market. So that is the imminent plan. Wish me luck. Wish me safety. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll try and take some pictures. I can share those on next week as well. I have the AT by me and have done some out and backs. Yeah. So it's Northern Ontario is a different monkey because it's a lot of shallow boreal forest. Like there's no root systems because it's all rock. And so I actually take a hammock. I sleep in a hammock, a covered hammock, and it's been working pretty well. Although you have to live out of dry bags, and you basically just accept the fact that everything's going to be wet all the time, especially if you get rain. But just in general, things are going to be damp, and so you put up clotheslines, and you let your clothes dry out, and you shake them out from earwigs and spiders before you put them on, and you just make it work. It's not a huge deal. I do take a fair bit of technology like cameras and stuff with me. I do a lot of photography up there, and I do some video work for promotional stuff for the camp. So that's what my focus is now. But I also want to try and go and enjoy it. So that's what we're going to do, and it'll be fun. I take a kayak as well. The rest of the fleet, everybody else has a canoe, but I actually have a 16.5-foot wilderness kayak that I take up, and that thing is sweet. I love it. It's so awesome on that lake. Because it takes minimal effort to get around, but if you practice, like I practice rowing, it's an exercise that I do, and so if you practice, then you can go a long way on a little bit of energy, and I've even figured out how to fish out of my kayak, and it works. I've caught pike, northern pike. I've caught smallmouth bass. I haven't caught a lake trout yet, but that's just because I don't know how to fish for them. And in the middle of the summer, there's kind of a trick to it. Actually, the trick is waking up early. That's the trick. But anyways, I've caught fish in this kayak and brought them into the boat, into the kayak, up to the boat. And that's been successful. So I'm looking forward to this. I can't wait to go again and do some camping. It's all work, but it's enjoyable. So, all right, guys, that's it for me. Have a great week. We shall see you hopefully next Thursday, and I'll have tales to regale while we talk about NDI and all of your hopes and dreams next week. Be well. Take care of yourselves. Look after your loved ones. Hold them close. Life is short. And we will see you in about a week. Cheers, guys. Bye.